I have some sad news to tell you. No one died or anything like that. Well, my spirit died because the video that I made for this particular discussion was completely swallowed up. The audio did not exist. It's my fault. I'm totally blaming myself. I had some computer issues, internet issue. I disconnected my webcam and my microphone webcam, and just so I can get faster internet connection, and I forgot to do a test before I started recording. Hello everyone, welcome to another Pokemon XY anime discussion. Yes, I'm shaven. Yes, we have some information to discuss. Today's episode is going to be very short because I'm not going to be able to recreate what I just lost. So anyway, let's jump right in. I'll just be very brief here. We have some surprises. One of Ash's Pokemon is going to evolve. You probably already know about this. So let's just get right into it. The first episode, yeah, I'm not really happy right now. My entire episode that I recorded did not record any of the audio. So I'm not exactly in a very energetic mood right now. So basically, right now you're just getting regurgitated information because, like I said, I hate when these things happen because I would never be able to recreate the spirit of the video. And I don't even want to try at this particular point. So anyway, episode XY84, August 13th. Chespin, its first errand. There's a sudden blackout at town's Pokemon Center. Clement doesn't have what he needs to fix the problem, so Chespin and Bumblebee set off to search for the necessary items. Basically, we have an image associated with the episode, as well as an upcoming episode preview that I will half mention when we get to it. We see Chespin holding up a coin purse. We see Bumblebee not looking too happy in regards to that. Bumblebee actually, now that I think about it, actually looks sick. And I made the joke at the time in the first video that I made that maybe it was annoyed with Chespin being all excited all the time. It's like, why is this my life? But anyway, let's move on. Nothing to say more about that particular episode. Episode XY85 airing on August 20th. August 20th. A broken twig, a broken heart, breaks in strong feelings. Let's talk about the images first that we have here. Okay, so basically, if I can get to them. Okay, for one of the pictures we have is Brixton with what appears to be a broken twig with Pancham. Brixton is upset. Or, well, doesn't look upset, but it doesn't look really all happy anyway. Oh, come on. So then we have a picture of Brixton using its, it looks like a Pokemon showcase, probably a flashback. Then below that we have Serena, Pancham looking up, oh no, wait, first we have Brixton looking at a drawing of what Serena's using with a twig. Serena is drawing something, probably something to do with Pokemon Showcase. Pancham is up there. It looks like Brixton's twig is still intact. Then we look, Brixton looks upset with the twig broken up. Then we have Pancham looking upset and Serena kind of looking upset too. Before I mentioned Oshawott and Scalchop episode, but really don't care to mention that in this particular remake of the video that I just made. Then we have James dressed up, James from Team Rocket, in case you didn't realize who I was talking about. Then we have Pikachu, Ash, Clement, Bonnie, Dedenne looking for twigs. Then we have Brixton right next to James and Serena and Pancham looking on. Pancham looks upset, and as I said in the first video that I did of this, Serena, I can't tell her reason special. Anyway, this is the summaries all revolved around this particular episode. If I didn't say the title, I thought I already did, but in case I didn't, a broken twig, a broken heart breaks in strong feelings. Brixton's beloved twig breaks. Brixtons have twigs sticking out of their tails. These twigs are irreplaceable and very important to them, so this unfortunate accident becomes a very major deal. An accident during Pokemon performance practice. Brixton and Pancham are practicing a performance for their next Pokemon Showcase, but due to a minor failure, Brixton twig ends up breaking. The twig is indispensable for the fire performance, but whenever Brixton is about to use a move, it always readies its twig. Without the twig, it can't unleash its moves very well. Because if we've seen Brixton use using flamethrower, it uses it from its twig. Kind of like a magician, a wizard, a witch, however you want to look at it. A man extremely choosy about his items choices. Mr. Choice comes to Brayson's rescue. Everyone searches for a new twig, but Brayson can't find any specific one it's satisfied with. But then a mysterious man shows up before the group. If you look closely at Mr. Choice, he seems to resemble someone. James from Team Rocket. Sorry. Like I said, I'm not happy that I just made a 45-minute video and there's no audio. There are some items you can't do without. Some items are so precious they can't be replaced. I kind of disagree with them in some aspects, especially in regards to something like a twig, but I'll let it slide because it might be that certain twigs have certain properties, sort of like a video game where certain items of the same type have different qualities. So an iron sword may be able to poison an opponent. An iron sword might be able to freeze an opponent. So maybe it's kind of like that kind of twig thing. These feelings are understandable, but Brayson gets its choosiness from Serena. Why is Brayson not happy with anything other than the broken twig? What will Serena do after hearing Mr. Choice's advice? Actually, that's actually interesting because Fennekin, when the Fennekin evolved, it just suddenly had a twig. There was no explanation for where its twig got, so it's actually a little concerning that where did this twig come from? Now, a quick speculation that I'll mention, even though I didn't make this in the other video, by the way. This is brand new for this particular video. I wonder if all the twigs that Serena made entered Fennekin's body, and when Fennekin eats enough twigs, that's when it'll evolve into Brayson. So maybe the reason why it's not happy with anything other than its broken wig, yeah, it's broken wig. It's got a wig on. No, a broken twig is because it's the memories of Serena. Feeding Fennekin those twigs and giving Serena those twigs, and just maybe that's why Brayson doesn't want to get rid of the twig so easily. Anyway, let's go. Before we get into the next episode, basically, let's go with the upcoming episode preview. We have Ash versus Limpy in the preview. Looks beautiful. Meowstic versus Frogadier. That's a little surprising. Not really surprising, but it's a little upsetting because that's not one of the major spoilers that we got from all this information. Then we have in the upcoming episodes preview, we saw Eevee, we saw the Chespin episode preview, we see a Tyrant kind of playfully chasing after Pikachu, Bunnelby, and Dedenne, I think. And of course, the one that we will definitely see that I will show you is oh wait, we're not there yet. But then basically, yeah, Bunnelby hurt, Clamont crying almost comically. This isn't like Serena crying after Pokemon Showcase or Ash or Gudra crying after the release. This is basically a comical crying episode. But it should be funny, maybe, kind of, I don't know. Then we get into something that's very weird. Remember when Bonnie has its Tyrantum pajamas? Well, Bonnie is wearing those again and is feeding a giant Tyrant. This giant Tyrant is the biggest we've ever seen. It's probably how big Tyrant is, but remember Grant's Tyrant? That thing was barely bigger than Pikachu, if anything. This Tyrant, on the other hand, can eat Ash's Pikachu. Ah ha ha, I made this joke before. Ah ha ha ha. At the very least, my unenthusiastic attitude right now is going to make me laugh. Anyway, then we see Serena using another Pokemon Showcase. Then we get into the Moltres episode, and surprise, surprise, Fletchender is going to evolve into Talonflame. In the preview, we see Talonflame falling into a volcano, Ash jumping off like basically the rim of the volcano, jumping to save Talonflame. Ash and Talonflame are going to die. It's going to be the end of the series. I already made this joke before. Ha 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 ha. My speculation is Moltres will end up saving Talonflame. Now, anyway, let's talk about the Moltres episode more in depth than what I just said. Oh no. My lens fell out, as per usual. Alright. So the episode is, of course, called... and it will be appearing on the 27th, by the way. The episode is called Moltres in Focus, Snap for a Legend. Trevor coming back. Trevor, Tierno, Shauna. Well, not Tierno and Shauna are not appearing, but Trevor of the group is coming back for his own solo episode because Tierno and Shauna basically showed up in their own solo episodes, kind of, sort of, and so it's Trevor's turn. By the way, Trevor's Charmander has evolved, so I fully expect Shauna's Bulbasaur to evolve into Ivysaur. I've already said this before, not too happy about having to repeat myself. I really hope this video has worked because I'm going to be very upset if I have to do this a third time. If you're seeing this, thank God I did not have to do a third one. Okay. Trevor has heard a rumor about there being a Moltres near a volcano. Together with Ash and his friends, he goes to search for it, but the group gets attacked by Team Rocket. Because why not? Because Fletchinder needs to evolve an episode relating to Team Rocket. The legendary Pokemon Moltres appears. Legendary Pokemon Moltres shows itself before Ash and his friends. Fletchinder desperately stands up to Moltres, which is capable of controlling flames exactly as it wishes. Fletchinder specializes in speed and can blow embers from its beak. It's Ash's trusty partner. Moltres, a legendary Pokemon with wings made of burning flames. Apparently you can get burned just by being around it. Moltres secrets will be revealed on the next page. Pokemon photo collector Trevor is on fire. Here's his explanation of why Moltres is amazing. Let Trevor, collector or photographs of rare Pokemon, explain about Moltres in an easy-to-understand manner. Trevor, a friend of Ash whose journey through the Kalos region, when he starts talking about Pokemon, there's no stopping him. Point 1. This is Trevor speaking, by the way. It is a legendary Pokemon equal to Zapdos and Articuno. Moltres is a legendary Pokemon. What did I say? Berkamon? Did I say Brickamon? I don't know what I said. Is a legendary Pokemon said to exist in the Kanto region? And no, I did not make that joke before. In case you're wondering, no, that Brickamon was just because I said it too fast. Just in case you were wondering. These Pokemon very rarely show themselves before people, but I have still somehow managed to take photos of 2 of them. And like I said, this is Trevor speaking. A legendary Pokemon that can control electricity is said to live inside thunderclouds. Articuno is said, that was Zapdos, by the way, the thunderclouds thing. Articuno is said to appear before people lost and trapped on snowy mountains. It's that rare. Okay. Point 2. It's so overwhelmingly beautiful, it completely steals people's hearts. Its fire and flying type moves are intense, but above all, I'll point to its incredible beauty. It'd fascinate absolutely everyone. That's a legendary Pokemon for you. Is Moltres somewhere on the blazing volcano? Many people have seen a Moltres-like Pokemon here on Mount Artis. I'll definitely take that picture of the 3rd Pokemon as well. I think that's the end of Trevor talking. Back to the magazine talking or whatever. Sorry, don't know what happened to my voice there. Even Ash is overcome by surprise. Moltres finally appears from the very magma of the volcano. Its aura is incredible that even Ash and his friends are at a loss for words. Fletchinder is in huge trouble. It seems we might have ended up... Oh, well, maybe Trevor was still talking. I don't know. It seems we might have ended up angering the quietly resting Moltres. Ash's Fletchinder seemingly managed to make a clean getaway, but interesting that... Trevor's mentioning Ash's Fletchinder during this. So anyway, yes, Talonflame is going to evolve. It might be Team Rocket. Basically, as I said in the previous video that I made of this, I find it nice that Fletchinder is going to evolve into Talonflame in an episode that involves another fire-flying bird Pokemon. This one is legendary. Talonflame and Fletchinder are not. So it's really cool that this is what they're going to do. Oh, of course, the little images of these. Let's see if it can... Okay. Okay, we have image of Fletchinder battling Moltres here. This must have been the image of what it was talking about in regards to Moltres and Fletchinder. Then we have Moltres and Fletchinder looking... as I said in the other video, I tried to make Moltres actually looks like a chicken. Well, it kind of looks like a naked... It looks like a rubber chicken. You know what rubber chickens are? You know, those gag gifts or whatever? It looks like a rubber chicken. It really does. It looks like a rubber chicken. So then we have these really nice images here. If I can find it real quick. If I can cycle through and find the right image. Oh, okay, here we go. So we got a pit. We actually see the images that Trevor took of Zapdos and Articuno. We see a volcano with steam coming out. Then we see Moltres and colliding with another Pokemon. I think that's Talonflame, since I already revealed that it's going to evolve. Unlike the other video where I try to keep it a surprise as much as possible. Then we see Moltres looking like it's using, I'm assuming it's Overheat. I don't know if Moltres can learn Overheat. It would make sense, but I'll look it up. It doesn't look like Flamethrower, and it doesn't look like Flame Blast, so I'll look. It might be one of those more powerful Fire-type moves that Moltres might be able to learn. I'm thinking it's Overheat, though. Looks a lot like Overheat, only different. You remember when Ash's Torkoal used Overheat? It was the spiral, spinning, fiery attack. It kind of looks like that, almost. It looks like a spirally spinning attack. So that's kind of what Overheat looks like. It kind of looks like that spinning. It kind of looks like a laser drill kind of thing with fire elements. And this is kind of what it looks like, kind of, in the essence that it looks like it's spinning, but it's a lot more flamey than the Overheat that we saw in 3rd generation. I don't know if there was any other Pokemon that recently used Overheat, but that's what it looks like. I'll look up Moltres' moveset, and I will put up what I think it could be if it's not Overheat, if Moltres can't learn Overheat. But then anyway, we see Moltres coming out of the volcano. We also see Trevor's Charmeleon, by the way. Ash is to the far right with Clement, Serena, Bonnie, Trevor, and Charmeleon on the other side. I don't know where Pikachu is at this particular moment. I don't see Pikachu anywhere. It's probably on the ground. Then we see Moltres looking down at Fletchinder. Moltres looks like it's going to attack Fletchinder or whatever. That's probably when Fletchinder is going to evolve. Right next to that, we see Ash looking a little surprised in some fashion or another. So yeah, it's great. We're going to get Talonflame. That's really cool. Now, I know this throws away my speculation, and I don't really want to touch up on this since I've already done this before, and I'm not really sure if I'll be able to recreate what I said, but basically this makes sense. Because if you've noticed, I didn't say anything about August 6th. August 6th, which is a Thursday. That's because August 6th is going to be a break. Now, it doesn't really say anything here, but because 83 is going to be the Mamoswine and Abomasnow episode, and it appears to be... Wait, hold on. Where'd it go? July 30th, 83. 84, Chespin, its first airing August 13th. There is going to be a break on the 13th. So, let me see if I can't just, look here. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it in this particular video. I don't remember what I said, but the Chespin episode is what I considered actual filler. We can't know for sure that it is filler yet because we don't know, but it seems like filler. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Not what we saw in the Rotom's Wish. This episode is what we needed. More than anything. Is an episode like this. This is what we needed. This is the type of filler episode that we needed. We needed Pokemon based around the main group's Pokemon doing something that has no overall effect on the development of the XY series and is just a fun filler. This is what I was talking about. We don't need episodes where where the group has to help other people and their Pokemon, and yet none of the group's Pokemon is being used. Like I said, it's entirely subjective. Feel free to enjoy whatever episode you want to enjoy. I'm not here to tell you what to enjoy. I'm just giving you a different perspective. Chespin, its first airing, is the filler episodes that we need. The only filler episodes we need. The Rotom's Wish episode was so complete filler, it really doesn't matter. And I'm not really sure there was any point to it. Because no new Pokemon showed up in that episode, and the only 6th gen Pokemon that showed up was Pangoro and Dedenne, and it's not like they were important. I mean, it's great we saw Crocodile, but, you know, I don't know, I would have preferred to see Ash's Crocodile again. Why can't we have an episode about that? Why can't Ash bring his Crocodile back and use it during a tournament or something? Would be interesting. Would be unique. We really haven't seen this except Tauros in 2nd Gen, or Bulbasaur when May caught hers. So it'd be kind of interesting to see something like that. So anyway, 89 is still Eevee. The reason why it's fine that Fletchender is evolving is because this is a little confusing. But if you consider the Pikachu cosplay episode, the Noibat episode, taking up a slot, as well as the break, in consideration of the break, if we pushed it, the break probably would have appeared at some point anyway, probably August 13th as opposed to August 6th or whatever. But anyway, the Fletchender episode, because it is the last, or the Moltres episode is the last episode of August, this would have aired on September. If we didn't get a break, well, if we didn't get a break, this would have appeared long in the middle of August. But basically, that September calendar was pretty accurate. It had no idea that there was going to be a Pikachu movie special with Pikachu cosplay and the other episode of Noibat. So it may have thought that the Fletchender episode was going to air, so it actually makes sense. However, this is a little confusing as to the ending that has Fletchender in it, or has Eevee in it, as well as Fletchender, but no Talonflame. I think it's because they didn't want to spoil too much, because they were just going to possibly update the opening again or update the ending again really soon. I don't know how many episodes the ending or opening has been in, but I think we're getting really, really close to an update. For the opening, I think we're definitely going to get some sort of new opening in some fashion or another when Serena gets Eevee. Hopefully they'll have Greninja, and I'm not going to have time to talk about it except a very small bit of it in regards to Frogadier, but that's pretty much it. And then the ending will probably be updated as well. The opening will probably be like Getter Banban version 2, Mega Getter Banban or something, or not. Did I say Mega Getter Banban? That's what I mean. Kind of like Volt, V-Volt, and then Mega V-Volt or whatever. Kind of like that. I think that's what we're going to get. We're going to get completely brand new animation for it, and possibly some more spoilers as well, and some updated thing, and then I think we're just going to get a brand new ending at some point or another. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll see. Right now, we have no information on anything. Anyway, in regards to Ash versus Olympia Frogadier, I am a little disappointed. I was so hoping that Frogadier would be the next Pokemon to evolve, but that's clearly not the case. That's a little disappointing. Yes, it's something that we have to expect, that Frogadier might take a little bit longer to evolve. I don't want to get into depth or whatever, but there is still a small chance that it will evolve during this episode against the battle. Hoping it happens. I'm kind of hoping that maybe Senpai doesn't have to be in an episode for Frogadier to evolve, so I'm really hoping for Greninja. I'm not really sure I expected, though, because Talonflame would have happened a few episodes before, and even though it'd be great to have Talonflame and Greninja already, it might be 10, 15 episodes before Frogadier evolves, which is going to be disappointing. Also, just a quick note, I don't think Pikachu is going to be used. I'm hoping Noibat is used against Frogadier, since Frogadier and Noibat didn't really get to do very much together, so hopefully Frogadier will get used to Noibat, and maybe we'll get some Noibat focus in the gym battle. I mean, it'd be great if it was just Frogadier, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Talonflame and Frogadier, and if it is going to be Talonflame and Frogadier, that's going to be disappointing, because I want Talonflame to be against Wulfric. I want Talonflame to earn the Icicle badge, or whatever it is, Iceberg badge, one of those badges from Wulfric. I want Talonflame to beat Avalugg. I want Talonflame to beat Avalugg and earn Ash his final badge. I do not want Pikachu doing it. And while I would have no problem with Talonflame being in the gym battle against Olympia and Wulfric, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I feel like Noibat should really be used at this particular point. It just needs to be used. because otherwise it's probably not going to be used until the league, and I'm going to be very unhappy with that. Because if it's going to be what I think it's going to be, it's going to evolve right before the league or during the league, and therefore Noibat is not going to get any particular episodes. And we need to know what's going on with Noibat. We need to see Noibat having other moves. We need to see Noibat battling. If Noibat is not going to be used in Olympia, I hope we get a Battle Arc tournament right after Olympia where Ash only uses Noibat. Kind of like the Fighting Dawn Battle tournament in 5th Gen where Ash only used Scraggy. I'm hoping we get something for Noibat, even though we're probably not going to have that. Hopefully we'll do. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, I think this pretty much covers it. I basically cut out, I basically covered out, pretty much I took out 20 minutes. In my first video that I made, there was about 20 more minutes of discussing things in depth. Those in-depth discussions are going to have to wait to another episode because I just wanted to redo this because I messed up. Sorry about this. Sorry it's not as exciting. Hopefully my me laughing at my unenthusiastic moments was kind of enjoyable. But yeah, like I said, I really hate making a 40-minute video and the audio doesn't take because the whole spirit of the video is deleted. Whenever I'm making gaming videos or whatever, I really hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, this is it. I think this is all I have to talk about. Nothing else. Just a little touch up. In my previous video, I said I wasn't too excited about the Breaksin episode because it involves a broken twig. I thought Breaksin was going to have a little bit different. By the way, there was some advice mentioned in there, and I'm wondering if James is trying to have Breaksin, or have James dressed up as Mr. Chance is going to try and recruit Breaksin, basically, try to kidnap Breaksin. I think Mr. Chance is going to be like, I think your Breaksin needs to come with me. I think we need to spend some soul searching. It's going to take a long time, a few months, a few years, before Breaksin can find a twig that's replaceable. And so you just need to go on, and then Breaksin will probably decide to go with Mr. Chance, but it's actually James, and then in the end, you know, whatever, we'll see what happens. I'll definitely discuss it more when we get to that particular episode. So anyway, thank you for watching this particular episode, video, whatever. I'm Dustin Benzel, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.